the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, I guess, kicked up this week. It's gonna keep going, I believe, for like the next 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. So
there was human fecal matter on my bed.
I saw that clip. Yeah, it's
the defecation. The defecation.
I mean, when you
the fucking security guard, the lawyer was cross-examining the black security guard, and you could see him, like, when he was asked about it, he kind of paused and looked up left to right, and he was like, how do I say this on national television with millions of people watching? The defecation.
the defecation. So, it appears as though, like, I remember hearing about this, I think back in 2019, and I looked into it a bit, just because it was interesting, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, Amber Heard seems like the guilty party, whatever. And so I haven't really looked back into that since now. It's been like 3 years, and I guess now everyone's interested because there's a court case. But I was always just of the assumption that Amber Heard was probably the greater wrongdoer in this couple's spat. And yeah, I think that she kind of seems like a crazy bitch. I don't know. I think that
because the trial is happening in the state of Virginia, is one of the reasons I think Johnny Depp will probably pull out a win on this. Because the standard, this is not legal advice, I'm not a lawyer, but the standard for slander in the state of California, the bar is so astronomically high that in order to prove slander in a fucking court, you literally have to have them recorded basically literally saying, I, full legal name so-and-so, by saying this about full legal name so-and-so, intend on maliciously slandering this person and besmirching their reputation. In California, you literally have to have someone recorded saying that verbatim in order to make it stick, because the bar is so fucking high.
Yeah.
But in Virginia, that's not the case.
Yeah, it based off of the limited amount of things that I've seen about this, because again, I don't care that much, but it seems like Amber Heard is probably not going to win this trial. I also want to point out that everything this week has been about Elon Musk. Fucking Grimes, who he produced babies with, was on the Lex Friedman podcast. Amber Heard apparently
Grimes is a female version of me. Anyone watch that Lex Friedman episode? I think it's episode 281 of the Lex Friedman podcast. Anyone that's been watching this show and listening to my dumbass, Grimes is literally a female version of me, and I was fucking shocked. It was just like, if I were an attractive woman
who could
and
sing
was
good,
slightly smarter and more charismatic, I would just be Grimes.
Unfortunately, Breaker, you were not born with the attractive woman who can sing good attributes, and so I'm sorry.
How dare you assume my gender? I mean, I'm trans. If you remember our morality conversation, and now I identify as Grimes.
I honestly, you know what, Breaker? I bet you wish that you were Grimes, because then you could make babies with Elon Musk. I'll tell you what, if I could make Elon Musk babies, I would do so, but I don't have the aperture to successfully do that.
And I would name the babies weird, fucked up names that make no sense, so that you know they're from an upper echelon, elitist fucking family. It's like, who would name their kids 5, 6, 7, 8? No rational person would fucking do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, interesting little bit here. I went to high school with so there were these 3 Asian kids. I don't know what type of Asian. I don't know, Chinese, Japanese, something like that. Maybe Korean. But their dad was.
Not garbage Asian. Not like Laos and.
Okay, we're not taking it there. Everyone is exactly the same all the time, and we love everyone. But
I forgot. Like we were really egalitarian on this podcast, so I forgot. It's like all humans around the Earth are perfectly equal. There's nothing different. Fuck it.
We all hold hands and sing "Kumbaya." Yes, absolutely. Because that is.
We are the children.
That's right. Yeah, and so anyway, their dad was a famous. I don't know how famous, but he was a quantum physicist, right? And they had 3 sons, and they named them Quantum, Quasar, and Quark, and with the Q names. And you know what? Actually, the kids were at least in high school when I kind of more or less knew them, or I didn't really talk to them very much, but they were really bright and they excelled in the math classes and the physics classes. So that got me thinking, like, shit, I should name my kids like fucking Darwin and natural selection. Like maybe that does something.
You know what? I would name my kids Your Father's Future Welfare Plan.
That's.
And I would name the other kid Beer Money, and I would name the third kid More Money for Your Father's fucking electronic music habit, because that shit's expensive. That verbatim.
That an interesting commentary about the modern day welfare state. Yes. So. Anyway,
and the fucking runt would just be named Give Dad Money.
Anyway, I also wanted to point out that apparently Elon Musk had a threesome with Amber Heard, and I think it was Grimes. I'm not really sure, but apparently a threesome went on.
Oh no, it's a scandal. It's salacious. It's celebrity gossip. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, right, but shit, like, dude, Elon Musk fucks. Like that dude.
Well, Elon Musk was donating $500,000 in Amber Heard's name to try and meet her fucking obligation for her because she's a fucking irresponsible, drunkard, drug addict bitch that shits in people's beds.
I mean, she's crazy, but I mean,
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there was a court psychologist, and they said that Amber Heard had a borderline personality disorder, which
shocking.
That lines up perfectly, right? Like, wow, I can't believe that she has.
I know, it came out of left field. Like, who saw that coming?
Yeah, no, wow, what a surprise. So,
oh man, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, so I don't have any further thoughts on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I don't know if you do. I'm not really that interested in it, but it did get a lot of coverage in the news this week.
Johnny #1, Johnny for the win. Johnny Depp did nothing wrong.
I don't know if he did nothing wrong. I just think that out of the two parties, he seems like the guy who did
anything wrong.
Yeah,
it was getting in a relationship with that crazy, stupid bitch to begin with.
I'm not saying he's completely innocent. Like, I don't know. It just seems like between the two parties, Amber Heard is probably the crazier and more violent one. So, yeah, that's it.
I'd also noticed, because I watched cross-examinations of several of the bodyguards for Johnny Depp, and the prosecuting attorney, the prosecutor is basically, to put this in the most YouTube acceptable terms, a very special individual. So, I could see what he was attempting to do. Because he was asking certain questions about, has Johnny Depp ever given you gifts in excess of $8,500? Like, why $8,500? I don't know. Maybe it was, like, in his fucking... I think what it was is it was in one of his notes. It's like, bring this up because this, and this reason. but he was too fucking stupid to grasp the further implications of how he should bring that up. So when the guy answered, "Oh, he gave me a lot more than that," the fucking Scottish bodyguard, "Oh, he gave me a lot more than that, laddie." It's like, he didn't say $8,500 exactly as my note says. So I will now move on with other questions. What a fucking idiot!
Yeah, I think it's surprising to me how bad lawyers can be at their jobs, especially with these like big cases where you kind of expect like the best of the best of lawyers to like come to the table. Like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp have money, like they can afford good lawyers, and then you kind of see that actually some of these legal teams they suck. I remember with the Kyle Rittenhouse case, like Kyle Rittenhouse's lawyers, like they seemed decent, like good, but the prosecution, it was a dumpster fire. Like, my God, it looked like they really hadn't done much work. Like they were handling the case.
They shot themselves in the foot several times with the witnesses they fucking called.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like the one guy that they called, and the guy's testimony under oath was, "Well, he did say fuck you and then reach for his gun."
Right, yeah. It's not the best. Not really and something that you want the witness saying.
The best thing the prosecution had on Kyle Rittenhouse was like a shitty, granular, like Super Mario graphic level drone footage video that was enhanced so much that even their own expert fucking witnesses testified, aside from the fucking cops and FBI agents, that just look like fucking brain-dead ogres on the goddamn stand. It's like, oh Kyle Rittenhouse bad. Officer Shrek say Kyle Rittenhouse looks like a murderer. And that's the best they could fucking dig out of their fucking like state apparatchik fucking pocket to testify against him. And the actual experts that know how video technology actually works was like, okay, basically there's so much artifacting and inclusions from this fucking program that whatever that 5-pixel wide blob is just a complete invention by the fucking algorithm to put something there that looks like something that belongs on a human body.
Yeah. No, I remember that, and actually, I think that neither team of lawyers, defense or prosecution, had enough technical knowledge to argue one way or the other. But actually,
that's why the defense just came up with the slogan, "Hocus pocus, out of focus," and that was the "if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit" moment. That won the fucking thing right there.